Greetings, YouTube. This week I'm going to review The Fast and Furious, starring the late great Paul Walker, Vin Diesel, Michelle Rodriguez, Jordana Brewster, along with side appearances by Ted Levine and Ja Rule. Overall, an excellent film and franchise. Contrary to what most people say about right here on the internet about how people want to say enough with the Fast and Furious movies. I'm just like, please bring them, milk that cow. There's plenty of ideas to go around. I mean, to do like a early '60s one that takes place in the early '60s where they got like a decent soundtrack and better cars. Yeah, as if they focused more on street racing instead of like the sequels where they became like James Bond, Suicide Squad type deal. Overall, an excellent franchise out of the first one timeline that was somewhat a little bit more grounded than its sequels. But overall, an excellent franchise. I mean, the only one in the franchise you'll ever see Dom Toretto drive imports. A little Mazda and all. On Brian's Mitsubishi from the first street race and how he tops out in the beginning. I mean, how he goes from Michael Waltrip to Jeff Gordon and like that. Overall, an excellent franchise an excellent franchise. Although, come to think about it, or reading on the internet database about alternate castings and all. In the role of Mia, I kind of thought could have did better. Could have did like kind of like shame Liza Dushku could turn it down since it was originally written for her. But not all. I mean, you could have saved her career with that one. No, I don't mean no disrespect. That was kind of a joke. If you're watching this, Eliza. But overall, an excellent film and all. Along with also actresses that applied was like Jennifer Love Hewitt and Sarah Michelle. Which could have been something. Although personally, I kind of thought Amy Jo Johnson would have been a good addition. But hey, not every actress could be her. Oh, and gotta admit, back to the cars and all. Excellent use for one that had the most street racing and and actually focus on what it's supposed to be on. Which is kind of one thing between original and sequels has always been factored around. But overall, an excellent franchise and all. I mean, an excellent story of how undercover cop Brian infiltrates Dom and the gang, seduces Mia, goes from a junky old Mitsubishi, he loses to in a pink slip to Dom, and surprisingly, this 10-second car that later on had like a good montage fixing up. And overall, the soundtrack, the first one I'd say had the best soundtrack. It had like, hard rock and all, which that's kind of what the franchise should have went towards music wise instead of old trance music, mumble rap, a bunch of whatever. Yeah, it had like more country and classic rock in the mix. Especially when they had more use of muscle cars in the sequels. Kind of like in Country Rising. I think how funny the chases would have been. All the chases would have been had they played Foggy Mountain Breakdown in between of it. Talk about how little of a song that is for an instrumental, anyway. And also the whole backstory of Dom and Mia's father, who was a stock car driver who got killed, and then they had a chart when Dom telling the story about that Charger that he doesn't drive till later on in the movie when Brian blows his cover. Jesse goes off. I'll give an excellent performance by Chad Lindbergh in that one. Hate that his character died in the movie because he would have been an excellent addition for sequels and all. Only time they ever made a besides Herbie, they made Volkswagen look badass. Run that Jetta and all, compared to the rest of the gang's rice burners, the Nissans and the Toyotas and the Mitsubishis. And of course, race wars. Talk about a lot of actual cars protecting that, and regular one appropriate use of the sound. Well, that guy Letty beat, and that scene it's doing another one bites the dust. Dun dun dun. It's probably, I mean, you want to secure a good movie soundtrack movie? I mean, you want to secure a good movie? Have Queen do your sound. Have a Queen songs in the soundtrack. Also, the the whole plot of the whole undercover cop Brian deal, very excellent. And how they made Hondas look badass. Woof! Talking about all those chase scenes and how they and how the Busta made Toyota Supras, the original ones, look badass until the 2019 revival, which Toyota Supras are now raced in NASCAR, which is a step up. I admit a little off topic, but still. Overall, Fast and Furious, milk that cow. I mean, there's plenty of ideas for sequels. I mean, yeah, I kind of want to see them like American Graffiti nod type one, where it's like in the '60s, where you got Beach Boys and Janet Dean in the soundtrack, along with decent cars and such. And overall, excellent. Like they use some use of rice burners. Although I'm a muscle car guy, but still, a lot of excellent action, excellent acting, and overall an excellent movie. One I pretty much will give a 5 out of 5 for a complete masterpiece. Yeah, all those later sequels. Yeah, that's for later reviews. But overall, overall, Fast and Furious, an excellent masterpiece. Yeah, that's what I gotta say about it. Enjoy.